Greetings. This is Scholar Saunders seeing what's current. One moment. There we go. It's probably gonna be a throwaway show anyway. I just want to see who's paying attention to my grind as I fix my tie. Something like that. All right. So what do we have now? We got niggas going back and forth in a cold war. It could be, a beef. Could be something substantial. Kodak Black and 21 Savage. I'm talking about. They are, 21 Savage is saying, he's Kodak Black is capping for saying that he's changed after the Drake album, and 21 Savage is like firing back like it's not that serious. Don't take it to heart. Don't be so sensitive. Don't think I'm, somebody I'm not. And there's people out here thinking that 21 Savage is just a feature artist when he declared for himself that his first album, it's an album, went platinum without any features. So that's something that is definitely interesting to see. But Kodak Black, I don't know what he said all this on Drink Champs. I don't know what it is about Drink Champs besides the obvious. People getting slizzard and gizzard on the goose, snacking back yak, sipping on champagne, getting good and toasty, then running their mouths. That's what it's like. So I guess that's their whole modus operandi. DJ Effin and Nori. They want people to be wilding out, and they want people to say, crazy things and, get enough ratings to justify their 2 hour or 2 to 3 hours that they're, going back and forth having, shot after shot, for the majority. I mean, it's like it's a trend. I mean, two names come to mind automatically. Of course, there's the artist formerly known as Kanye West, Ye. He came up with that all kinds of anti-Semitic, terrible language and horrible mess, train wreck of a show that they had and had to take down. Then there's Irv Gotti talking all this mess about how, how he's with Ashanti and how, the business was supposed to be run, and there's things like that, how Murder Inc. should have been run. It's messy. It's like real wild. It has a flair of being totally debased. It has a flair of being completely out of control. I get I can understand it because these rappers are most of them are prima donnas. They're very gotta have it this way, gotta be that way. Certain way their lyrics have to go, in certain way they have to perform on stage. I get that, but with Kodak Black and 21 Savage, it just seems that they don't have that strong of a relationship to even go back and forth at each other. They said they're cool. They said that prior. I mean, both of them agree to that. They didn't think they had a friendship. They weren't buddy pal pal. They didn't have that whole kind of idea of being, Ace Boon Coons. But with 21 Savage, his idea of, thinking about, whether to say that Kodak Black is, someone that has to have features or someone that, is definitely thinking he's, saying the wrong thing and not really suggesting that he's saying the right thing. That's what's problematic. That's where the issue lies. That's what is so disgusting, about all of this. And what's also fun about all of this, because this is what keeps hip hop alive. I think this is what keeps it on the respirator. The beef, the tension, the drama, beef, and or tension, or the tension, beef, and or drama. That's what keeps this thing on, life support, and it's still alive. Hip hop is still alive. It's on a respirator, but it's still alive. Um, so these little tiffs that these rappers have are what is fueling, the idea of the hip hop game and the hip hop world. So that's what I think we should be considering. We should be considering the fact that so many people don't really realize how hip hop is just rolling along, kind of going like this. Even though it's the dominant genre, I mean, reggaeton and Afrobeat could knock it out of the park. Seriously, way beyond. That's world music. I mean, hip hop has affected parts of the world. Yeah, I'm live. I'm most every day. Rick James. Rick James is in the building. Salute the goal. Even though I know you're not. I appreciate you're here. That you're here. This is probably gonna be a throwaway show. I'm just testing to see how long I can have this show up before I go out for errands. Um, yeah. So the Kodak Black and 21 Savage. They're not my favorite rappers. I don't understand what Kodak Black is saying half the time. 21 Savage is at 21, 21, 21, which is really freaking annoying. Okay? I'll just be like 21, 21, 21 before he even gets to it, before he even says 21. It's like, I understand the name stamp. I get that. You want to have your name in the song, say it over and over so that people are programmed to know what you are saying. I get that. I understand that. However, it's still freaking annoying. Still really, really annoying. So I would say, he should switch up his whole style and and get rid of the 21, 21. And Kodak Black, I don't know. I can't name one song I actually like of his. I can't think of one song I like 21 Savage. They're not my favorite artists. I heard their songs. I respect their craft. I'm they're two young men getting money, black men in America getting money. I hope it stays that way. I hope it doesn't, no foolishness happens with, the sticks and the switches, out here in these streets. Hope nothing stupid happens. And that would be a bad, look, for something, untoward to transpire. That wouldn't be a good look. So, if you have any clue as to who should clean up this battle, because 21 Savage said that he would beat Kodak Black in a versus style of rapping. I'm gonna start quoting some Rick James. Rick James says Kodak Black is easily one of the best to ever do it. He may be the best. Bullshit. 21, not so much. Agreed. Kodak Black has got some of the best bars in the game. Bullshit. One of the best. I do think that Kodak Black, in a sense, his artistry is a little better than 21 Savage's. He reminds me of a blues singer. He does have that bluesy kind of draw and that Florida draw, and he definitely has that going for him. I appreciate that from him. But what does he have, like Zaza? Is that even one of his songs? I can't even think of one of his songs. Rick James, if you don't mind, put one of his songs in the chat before I go searching for one, because I can't. I'll look for one. I'll try to find one. Kodak Black songs. ZZ, that's it. I'm like Zaza. No flocking, pimping ain't easy. Wake up in the sky, rolling peace, transporting. I don't think I've ever heard any of these songs. I'm sure they have millions of views on YouTube. He's only 26 years old. Kodak Black, 21 Savage. His songs. Rich Flex, Glock on my lap, Spin Bout You, Good, Rich Nigga Shit, Creeping, A Lot, Running, Bank Account. I know that song. In my bank account. In my bank account, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In my bank account. Yeah. Okay. He's 31. He's an old ass nigga. He's in his 30s. He just turned 30. What was that? Today's the 30th. He just turned 30 last week. A little over a week ago. He just turned 31. 21 Savage. I guess. Hey, I think I am sleeping on Kodak. I'm sleeping on Savage too. I'm trying my best out here. I'm trying to go with the legends. The Styles P's, the Jada Kisses, the 50 Cents, the the old heads, 40s and 50s-year-old niggas. that's who I'm up on. I'm trying to get into these young cats. I get into young cats, but they don't pop. And the ones that already popped, it seems like it's too late. It seems like I missed the opportunity. They don't have that same kind of fresh face anymore. They're not that new cat on the block. Waving the 4-5 verbally. On wax. I mean, lyrically. Yeah, I heard a little bit. Are you saying Lil Bibby or Lil BB? I don't know what you're saying. Are you trying to say Lil Bibby or Lil BB? Do you mean Lil BB? Rick James is asking or put something in the chat. Yeah, so that's what it's all comes down to. That's what it all means. This is like, I don't know. Is it like I said? I think it's like a Cold War, because they were cool. It was like South Carolina didn't secede yet. An American Civil War. They're just going back and forth. He's 21 Savage saying he's capping. Kodak Black is saying he switched up in the game. You're still smoking the Matthew Perry pack? That was yesterday, sir. That was yesterday. We're not going to be smoking any Matthew Perry packs. He was a white man. He got millions of dollars in America. He had an addiction and he couldn't shake. And then got him out of here. Allegedly. So you can smoke all the packs you want, but I'm not smoking a pack. I can't shed a tear for him. He was a white man in America with millions of dollars. That's pretty much the extent of it. His family should be proud of him for that, and for having an addiction too. You should have the freedom to have an addiction. That's the reason why there should be legalization of drugs. Just like there's legalization of alcohol. People get addicted to alcohol, become alcohol addicts. They don't ever say that. They don't say alcohol addicts. Alcohol functions as a drug. It is a mood changer. It changes your chemical state in your brain, just like any drug. Yeah, okay. You have your angel dust. You must be on angel dust. So you thinking I'm coming on Matthew Perry? I can't believe it. How could he go? He had so much life left in him. He was only 54. Oh. Not me. I'm not the one. You can go down to the other side of the YouTube spectrum. Get somebody crying over Matthew Perry. Well, you cry because of the news. That's not on you. That's not me. I'm not crying over that, man. No thanks. I didn't even cry over Richard Roundtree. Black man made it. He was a force. He was a strong force. Shaft coming in, just changed the game. Just flip the script, to say a lot of cliches. But he performed admirably in other movies, like in TV miniseries like Roots and other projects. So can't really cry for him either. He made me the same color complexion than I am, but I'm not gonna cry over it. I don't know that man like that. And even if I did, I probably still wouldn't cry over it. Okay, Little Richard is already dead, Rick James. Are you trolling here? I think you're trolling. You're definitely trolling because Little Richard died, I think, 19. Hold on, when did Little Richard die? I think it was 2020. Yeah, 2020, May 9th, 2020. Yeah. Rick James like, what? He's surprised. No way, he says. Yeah. Got him out of here. Didn't cry for him either. Flamboyant, fussy, zesty, man. I think he was a bisexual. He didn't give me nothing. Didn't give me nothing. Put me up on this stage and didn't give me nothing. And they finally gave him a special awards at one of these ceremonies. I think it was like the American Music Awards or something like that. He definitely was very appreciative of it. You could see in his face, the fact that he actually was an architect of rock and roll, that he was actually somebody who created this shit. The reason why there's even hip hop today is partially because of him. That that arrogance, that flamboyant activities, his whole charisma, his whole style, it was just off the charts. It empowered Michael Jackson and James Brown and Prince and so many others. And I mean, Led Zeppelin stole from his drum solo in the beginning of his song. I think it was "Good God, Miss Molly." But yeah. So that's it right there. So enough about celebrities that are dead. I'm talking about the ones that are alive. Kodak Black and 21 Savage. 21 Savage and Kodak Black. They're going back and forth. I got the source from Hip Hop DX, but it's also, I think, on hotnewhiphop.com. And they're just going back and forth at it. They're just going at it. And I think this is good for hip hop. The rumblings of war are happening in the Middle East and Europe. I hate the Middle East. It's West Asia. Why do they call it Middle East? I don't understand. Who says Middle East? What is West Asia? It's West Asia. And people who are in Israel are Asians. If you haven't noticed that yet, but we don't say that Asians, because we say Asians are people with, epicanthic folds and yellow skin. I call them yellow people because that's what they are. They're yellow. If I'm black and someone else is red or brown or white, that's the thing. It's like black and white. It's either one. Boom, bang. We say black and white. Boom. But everybody else wants to claim a flag. White people sometimes want to claim a flag. Oh, I'm from Florida. I'm from Ireland. I'm from Italia. I'm from, different things like that. I'm from England. And my accents are horrible, but, you get the idea. You get the gist. So, for all the people that wanted to know about the fact that there's, Rick James has a fact. Beef has always he said feed hip hop. I think he meant fed hip hop. That's a fact. Ever since its creation, you had the DJs and the two MCs either hyping up the crowd or going back and forth at each other. And this is what needs to happen. I don't think 21 Savage and Kodak Black should make an album. I think they should make diss songs and hype up the set and keep it on wax, like the metaphor, metaphorically, on wax. Keep it on wax and sell their differences that way. I don't want to do anything corny. I think it's corny when let's do a boxing match for charity. I don't like, the only boxing I liked was Mayweather. Mayweather is my favorite boxer alive. My favorite boxer of all time is, of course, Ali. But my favorite boxer alive is Mayweather because he was one of the smartest boxers ever to get in the ring. That's why he's 50-0. Because he knew what the point system was. He didn't just, pummel his opponents. He got in exact, and precise punches and landed them, and knew what not to take, what hits not to take to his face and body. So I definitely respect him for that. But Kodak Black and 21 Savage, oh my God, they don't know what to do with themselves. So what happens? Go on Drink Champs, talk a bunch of shit, and act like everything is gravy and icicles and ice pops, and candy. Rick James is saying we need a Tyson versus Mayweather HBO Showtime special fight. No, we don't. We really don't. No, in fact, we don't. We need to see Kodak Black and 21 Savage get it in on wax, on making music, and have that be, the driving force behind everything. Said 21 Savage has a lot to say. He said, if you so you went to jail. I'm paraphrasing, but he's just like, if you you went to jail, you think you're special? Like, just because you go to jail doesn't mean you're anything better than anyone, or you know so much about the streets or the culture or anything like that. I'm giving a paraphrasing sense. I'm not quoting precisely, but that's the sentiment that 21 Savage had. That's what his idealism was. That's where it laid. That's where he, culled from. He had that in his way. He had that in his thoughts. He continued that. He wanted to keep that going. He wanted to keep that in the eyes of whatever happens to him or to Kodak Black or in 21 Savage. Rick James says, I'm Team Kodak all the way. Savage is a rich man child with daddy's college fund money. I don't know about all that. I know he was born in London. I know that he was, I think he still has his American citizenship. He moved to Atlanta, and that's that's his base. A lot of people do that. Alabama, Rich Boy, came from Alabama, and he settled in Atlanta. I think Soldier Boy, if I'm not mistaken, let me see where Soldier Boy is. He was born in Macon, Georgia, but he made Atlanta his base. So it depends upon where you make your base. Just like 21 Savage. So he had enough. Let's see. He went from. They're both British nationals. His mother's from Dominica, just 21 Savage. And his father's from St. Vincent and Grenadines. And his paternal grandfather was Haitian. And his mother moved to Atlanta, Georgia when he was 7 years old. So that he, even though he wasn't born, that's three examples of artists who weren't born in Atlanta, but had a base there, based on the the music scene, because Atlanta is thriving. It's not a shithole yet. It's not like Chicago. It's not a complete basket case of a nation. That's just the fact of it. Rick James says, my wise great grandfather once told me not to trust anyone from Alabama. I don't know why. Maybe that's true. I had a girl I was talking to, and it was going beautifully. It was going wonderfully. Everything was clicking. We were calling each other on the phone. I think I might have FaceTimed her a few times or something. I don't know. But one day she just up and stopped calling me, stopped texting me, stopped saying stuff. She used to be on True Star Terrain show, and she would promote her business. And out of nowhere, she shows up, and I'm like, yeah, you trying to make lyrics. He said, you used to call her in your cell phone. Okay. Trying to bring a hotline bling. I see you, Rick James. But that's about the extent of it. That's all there is, that was to that. She just stopped calling. She stopped answering my phone calls. A totally different number answered. A little old white lady, I think, answered the phone. I was like, this isn't her. You know what? I'm glad I don't even, mess with her. I can't even remember her name right now. That's probably a good thing. She just ghosted me. Seriously, just ghosted me out of nowhere. Can't remember her name. I don't even remember her goddamn name. Man, forget her. But anyway, what was I going to talk about? Kodak 21, 21, 21, 21, 20. That's so annoying. I don't mind his flow. His flow is cool to me. It's very laid back, very sedate. He doesn't get very riled up. He doesn't get excited. But the beat is going, and he's flowing. He's just going over it. And then the annoying 21, 21, 21, 21. Like, just, if he could stop that. If Pusha can stop the yeah and the woo and just have the Joker's laugh. That'd be all right. I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. So, with drink champs, I blame drink champs again. That's at least three times. There's probably like 4 or 5 other incidents where people said some off the wall, just crazy. I don't even know if Kodak was sipping or smoking. I don't even know what he was doing. I didn't see the whole clip. I'm probably not going to see the whole clip. It's 2 hours and 25 minutes of them just bullshitting. I just don't. So I just think that it's curious. I think that's very curious that 21 Savage and Kodak Black are going back and forth because they have been both considered mumble rappers. That's like the lowest of the low in certain circles. The idea is to be precise and have elocution and speak clearly and with intent, not that's like the caricature that people say about any rap, whether they're being precise with elocution and precision with their words. People that don't listen to hip hop that much know it. All right, Greg ass. I have my broken niggas in the building today. My broken niggas are in the building. Greg ass. Kodak was on Flocka Lace Weed. Okay, that's alleged. Not on my show where you I say that's true. Or K2 Lace Weed. Okay, again, I have no proof of that. I have nothing to say to back that up. So you can believe what you want to believe, but not on my show. You will not. So Kodak Black and 21 Savage have to have a battle. They have to beef. Have to keep this thing on a respirator. It's still alive. Hip hop is not dead. Hip hop is not dead. God is dead. No, that's improper because God would have to have been alive in the first place. There is no God. That's the proper way to say it. So all those, different episodes from Ye to Irv to Kodak Black, it just draws the worst of them. I don't know what it is beyond the alcohol and the marijuana allegedly. They just get to talking and running their mouths, and look what comes out. Okay, so I'm switching up topics right now. It's the day before Halloween, I know, but I like to say this in October. I was going to start saying this in November, and I may have a string of installments, but for now, I'm just going to put this out here right now. Who are you not inviting to Thanksgiving dinner? Is it that auntie that keeps asking, so when you going to get married? And then you clap back and say, but when you going to stop cheating on your husband? Or something like that, just little things like that. You seen the memes. They got memes for days, Oh, you're on your third chicken, your third turkey wing? No, I'm not on my third turkey wing. I'm just getting some extra food. Are you on your third husband? You can say stuff like that. The people out, I'm not inviting have, there's very few people that I know that would be invited, because it's mainly just my immediate family. It's my stepbrother and his husband. They're gay, obviously, and my sister and her husband and their kids, and Greg asked, do you even have authority to not invite anyone? If I could be influential, if not have the authority, I can influence. I can say, no, we're not having that person. But there's really no people to not invite. I'm asking you, who would you invite? Greg asked, I'm saying, since you're a bum ass nigga, would you would you be able to say who you're going to invite and not invite for Thanksgiving? I don't say Christmas and Halloween. God damn. So if you who's not going to be able to bring their macaroni and cheese with the cayenne peppers, or with the raisins in it? Who's not going to be able to come sit at the table and tell stories, or sit in front of the TV screen and watch football? Who's going to do it? Everyone invited. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. So wherever you are, I'm sure you're going to be able to invite them. And are you cooking? Who's cooking? My dad always did the cooking. My dad always did. All my childhood years, he's done the cooking. He hasn't done it in a while because he's retired, and he deserves it. He's putting in his work. He's done complete meals throughout the year, and then he makes it special for Thanksgiving and Christmas, because he does it all himself, and he paces himself. He cleans up after his messes. He taught me how to do it. I know how to cook. I know how to make a great meal, but I probably will never do Thanksgiving. I'll probably hire a chef to do it. So I'm definitely not going to do that. Who is the creepy? Why is it always the creepy uncle? Why is it not the creepy aunt? Greg asked Rick James, don't be the creepy uncle this time. Can't you be the creepy aunt? Can't you be the weirdo woman? Not just the uncle. How come the uncle always gets the blame? Oh, he was touched by his uncle. Oh, she was touched by her uncle. Well, somebody getting touched by their aunt too? Aunts are goofy and weird and vicious at times. I can't relate. My aunts are pretty cool. They aren't, too over the top. I like them. I love them. I respect them. So I'm not inviting anyone, or I would definitely, have the authority to say that, people that, are hanger-ons, and people that just want to, bring ice and plates, don't want to bring a meal, just want to bring self, and that's it. Just bring their person, or bring, somebody, brings in, their boyfriend or girlfriend, and you look at them, who's this? Like, oh, this is my I met from school. And like, oh, okay, what's her name? What's his name? Oh, Alex or Alexa. And the Alexa goes off in the room. I didn't get that or something crazy. And then you have to, go through. I've never done that. I don't think I ever will have a girlfriend over for Thanksgiving. I don't think I ever do that. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. And I'm okay with that. It's not something that bothers me. Rick James says, I'm not inviting the grandchildren. Well, why not? That's what the little kiddie table is for. Grown-ups have the wine and the spirits on at the big people table, and there's a kiddie table, usually in the kitchen or in the playroom. So we have to take that into account. We have to take account that not all your skin folk is your kinfolk. You have to remember that. And not all your kinfolk is necessarily good either. Just because of your family, just because of your blood, doesn't make them any better or eligible for a seat at the table. Rick James says, the first Thanksgiving I had with my ex-wife, her father kicked me out of the house and poured wine over my car. That seems extra, sir. I'm sorry that had to happen to you. It seems very extra. That seems very over the top. To say a cliche, of course. But if I had to understand the different way of looking at what it means to be just a guest, just a guest, and some people, and I guess it's not really a guest. I'm trying to think if I've ever been a guest. I've never been a guest for Thanksgiving. I've always had it with my family. I've never had it with any of my girlfriends or anything like that. We just never got that far. We weren't dating around the time. You know what? I have to take that back. I was a guest in my girlfriend's house in 2010 or 11. It was a 10 going into 11. I think it was Thanksgiving 2010. And it was exquisite. She was a great cook. Her mom was a great cook. And we just enjoyed our company together. It was just the two of us. We didn't have, Thanksgiving with the rest of the family. She just cooked it up for both of us. And, she made the rest, of course, for the rest of the family, but she made sure that our mouths were fed. She was a beautiful girl, too. Black, just dark skin, petite, beautiful face. Where did I go wrong? No, it's better. I'm telling you, it gets better because I wouldn't have met a pink toe that, revived my mind and let me know, what time it was. And, let me know it's possible to be out there with someone so free and thoughtful and, intelligent and feisty. That's very attractive to me. I don't want a doormat. I don't want a doormat girlfriend. What about the chest? Rick James says she was very modest. Maybe an A cup, maybe a B cup, something like that. She's very modest. But back to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I always thought of it, the cliche family, food, and football. Those are the 3 F's to Thanksgiving. And what makes it so incredible, what makes it so great, and parades, and all kinds of traditions that people have. People have the Pollyanna at I wouldn't say perky, Rick James. People have the Pollyanna to get the right I get the right items for people. And that's what's so engaging and so fun for me, but I think we're switching up this year. I think we're not going to do presents only for presents for adults, but only for the littles, for the little people, for the toddlers and the infants. We're looking forward to that, according to what we were planning to do in the beginning, and that's what we plan to continue to do for the foreseeable future, because it's just so much. It's just too much, and I don't fault my dad at all, because it really, for lack of a better term, it sucks. You enjoy it because it's like you're making a meal, and you're trying to dress up the house, and everything looks nice, and everything smells good, and everything, making people are laughing and cheering, and it's a great harmonious moment within the Thanksgiving holiday. And what's the question mark for, Greg S? What's the question mark for? I got four viewers and 4 likes. I'm not mad. I thought I was going to get 0. But I appreciate it. What's the question mark for? It's about that's what Thanksgiving really is. Thanksgiving is, as Ayn Rand said, the producer's holiday. It's about those who create, those who make. How do you contribute to Thanksgiving dinner? I clean up the house. I make sure the table's set. I make sure the napkins and my cutlery is right. Make sure all that is good. I provide the food. I buy everything. But we're going to switch it up probably this year. We're probably going to go to a country club and maybe have dinner there. It's highly expensive, but it's worth it. They have great food. We've been there before for a different occasion. Do I provide the entertainments? No. This is as close as you're going to get to me entertaining anything or anyone. Only thing I wrapped in my life was a present. Country club sounds boogie. I think you meant bougie. And bourgeoisie is a Marxist term, and it's to try to discriminate people against not just class, but just or it is class, but it shouldn't be just your class. It should just be on the fact that you have attained such things. That's what the bourgeoisie is. But like I said, Ayn Rand said, Thanksgiving is the producer's holiday. It's not about consumption. It's not about gluttony. It's not about anything like that. It's about creating, making, building, producing. That's what it's about. That's what it's all about. It's about the fact that Americans, especially, this is an American holiday. It's the only holiday in America where you just sit down and eat and watch TV and tell stories and get ready to go out, for those midnight sales and stuff like that. And get ready for Black Friday. I think Canada has a Thanksgiving, but it's not the same as the holiday that we've known to enjoy and love in America. So it's all about those who made it, those who were able to produce that feast, produce that bird, produce the stuffing and the trimmings and all the different sauces and drinks and everything like that. Has to be produced by somebody. Somebody had to do it. You don't just get a turkey with feathers on it and everything like that. You have to chop it up, and no, it comes at you clean, featherless. Everything is. You just have to prepare it and cook it and put it out there on the table. No, somebody has to produce that. Farmers have to do it, and people for the cranberries, for the macaroni and cheese, for the stuffing. Some people call it dressing. All that has to be produced. All that has to be made. All that has to be created. It doesn't come automatically. You can be a vegan, sir, but okay, be a vegan. It has all the food you're gonna consume had to been produced, and you had to have produced to enjoy the food in the football. You had to pay for the bill. I know it's probably not a cable bill anymore, but it's probably an internet bill. You know, you pay for the internet. You know, the streaming services. You paid for the house where it is to be. Let's begin there. You paid for all the accoutrements and all the different foods and everything that went into it. It was all on you. It was all on you. And of course the people that helped you and your spouse and your children or whoever is able to chip in or do something with it. That's just beautiful. That's the beautiful part about Thanksgiving. It's my second favorite holiday right now. May switch. My first favorite holiday is July 4th. Because the celebration, that's when you have your mattress sales. That's when you have your cookout. That's when you have it. Because it's a birthday celebration. You're celebrating the greatest, noblest country in the history of mankind. That's what's proper. And what Thanksgiving does is say, thank you, producers. Thank you, people who made it. You know what? I was looking at, you know what, who said it? Who said about somebody said, I can't find it now. Oh, here it is. Rick James said it. Thanksgiving is Labor Day Part 2. I can see that. I can see that. I can see because it's about work. It's about, you know, you enjoying the fruits of your labor, literally. You're literally enjoying all the food and the fun and the fellowship and the great ideas that are exchanged. Hopefully, I mean, sometimes it gets ugly and nasty. You know, somebody says one thing and says something cross, and you know somebody doesn't like that very much, and has ruined Thanksgiving 1998, ruined Thanksgiving 2005. You know, I'm sure there have been in somewhere and somehow in some households, somewhere sometime the daughter looked at the aunt wrong, and she put up her nose, and she said, I want to eat in the kitchen. I don't want to eat out here, I, I want to eat with y'all. Y'all are too judgmental. Y'all are vindictive. You're spiteful. I don't need that in my life. So that's what it is. And sadly, but for the good part of Thanksgiving, the great part about it is just the fact that there's nothing that goes with it. Like, there probably are people that pockets in the world that have parties, but it's either October or Christmas. That's it. And the monkey in the middle is Thanksgiving. And it hardly gets its due. You go to any store, all you see Christmas trees, wreaths, you see see ghouls, you see goblins, you see RIP headstones. You just see harvest. You don't see really a lot of you see it now more so, especially since the internet. The things that they say, Happy Thanksgiving and stuff like that, but mostly people say harvest. Mostly people say harvest, and I have to do an update because my we can call each other friends. We have to do an update. Keep doing this. He's part of my winner, sir. My 50 club. Nope, 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 nope. You're wrong. I said his name wrong. Daggone it. Yes, yes. Salute to Tone J for dropping a $20 on me. So you broke niggers, you allegedly broke niggers, Rick James and Greg S, fall to your knees and bow down and worship this man, Tone J. He's the truth. Let me clean that up right now. I'm cleaning up right now. Because he didn't have to do it, but he did it. So I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, how dare you? No, how dare you? You haven't given up anything. You've given up nothing. Exactly nothing. Like this whole time. I've known you for this long. For over a few months. And you haven't given up a coin, either one of you. I should take it as disrespect, but I'll just take it as you're broke bum niggas who don't have you don't have a clue. You can't help yourselves. I don't have super chats. I have to get at least 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 hours of view time in the last year. So, and I don't think I ever will do super chats because guess what? They tax you for that. YouTube will tax you. They'll send you tax forms and everything. I'm doing it. And just like I am right now. I'm saying just as I am right now. I'm saying, people just send me cash apps and I appreciate it. Yeah, see, be like Rick James, Grass. We appreciate your donation, sir. Exactly. Tone J. Tone J is the truth. He kept this, machine afloat when everybody else was, looking, I don't have to donate. There'll be somebody else. Like somebody else in this law chat. Excuse me. I just couldn't see past the bullshit of Greg Ass and Rick James. But what's the topic? What are we? I'm talking about Thanksgiving in October before Halloween because, like I said, you go into the store, you don't see Happy Thanksgiving. There's a turkey. You don't see the decorations and everything like that. They do have, grocery stores. They do have, for the most part, where there's cranberry sauces and there's stuffing and there's stuff like that and there's trimmings for the table. I'm not answering that, Rick James, because you didn't put a dollar amount and you spelled my name wrong and you know how to spell my name and it's just annoying. All right, next. So that's one of the best parts. I think people do a lot of festive stuff on the way up to Thanksgiving. They do apple picking and or go to orchards and look at pumpkins and go on hay rides. And sip cider and stuff like that. It's really nice. It's a nice little touch, a nice little thing. Have pumpkin seeds. It's not bad. It's like that's what is a part of us as Americans. We're able to enjoy such things. And then of course, there's the people that damper. I haven't heard so much a lot about a war on Thanksgiving. There hardly are wars on Thanksgiving. Very few. Very few wars on Thanksgiving because it's hardly even mentioned. There's hardly people that really have a fight over Thanksgiving. Some of the best SNL sketches have been about Thanksgiving. That's true. They do have specials about Thanksgiving, so I have to give that much credit. It just seems that Thanksgiving just doesn't get its proper due. Because the next day is, of course, Black Friday. And Black Friday is all about getting all the deals and sales. And the media hypes it up. Media just jumps on, and then they get serious. Like, 14 shoppers were trampled and left in critical condition. And like, why do you think? Because you hyped it up. You said we're outside of Best Buy, and we're outside of the Apple Store, we're outside of Target right now, and we're going to be looking at how many people are going into the store. And they hype it up, and it's really corny and dangerous. They don't know how dangerous people actually been killed in certain circumstances where people were trying to get a certain item or something like that. So it does get serious. It gets very serious to a point. It takes on a different flavor when it comes to being a little bit used by the media, the news outlets, especially local, but also national. CNN, MSNBC, Fox. Am I missing anybody? Cheddar. Who else? They make it a big deal. They make everything a big deal. It's got to be for Christmas. Oh my God, it's got to be for Christmas. And that's the thing too. Once Christmas hits, it's like all over, and it's like New Year's. Everybody, you got to go out for a party. You have to go out to Times Square. You have to go to, and then it goes to, okay, New Year's is over. You have a hangover. You're off on the 2nd or whenever the day falls on, and you're able to relax a little bit, try to get some soup or some ice for your head or something like that, or you partied hard, and okay, Greg S says hyped up too much like 21 Savage. Yes, I agree with you. I think he's way too hyped up, But that was the previous topic, sir. Let's stay on topic. There's so much in the way of the media that they get into it, and then by the time New Year's is over, it's like, pay your taxes, bitch. Pay your goddamn taxes. You ain't paid them, and we gonna come for you. You got 3 months to get your taxes right. Get your taxes right. That's the weirdest thing. It's the TV commercials, especially TV commercials. They'll be like, oh, it's Halloween. Here's some candy. All right, go. Thanksgiving, like, not a lot of Thanksgiving. Here's some deals and sales you can find at your grocery, but we don't really care. And oh yeah, they're gonna beat them on the Cowboys are gonna beat them on Thursday, and then you have Christmas. Oh, what is it about? Christmas is about Jesus' birth. It's about his, being a baby and born in the manger, and they're denied at the end, and we have to exalt that and remember him and remember the nativity scene. Or, as I like to say, I like the fat jolly guy. He's happy. He's got a ho ho ho. He's got a bag full of presents for all the kids across the globe. This is a better story. It's a better narrative than what happens to Jesus. Because, spoiler alert, he gets hung on a post or a cross and dies a disgusting, terrible, horrible, vicious death. Did I spoil it for you? I'm not hating on Christmas. I love Christmas. Christmas is one of my favorites. It's probably number 3 or 4 best holidays. But Christmas is totally born out of almost a sense of trying to make something what it is, what it ain't. Trying to make Jesus more important than he actually is. And the fact that we already know, because if we experience Easter comes before Christmas in the calendar year, you already know what happens to him. So you're just going backwards in a sense. It's a weird thing. It's very strange. It's weird. Christmas should be like in March. And Easter should be in around this time. But Easter has to go with the pagan. It's all pagan anyway. The Easter eggs, the bunny, the chicks, all of that is part of paganism. The tree for Christmas in the house is part of German mythology. It's a part of saying, an evergreen will stay green all year round. There's hope for your future. There's hope for who we are and what we are right now, and that's what's going on right now. Okay, I have completed 1 hour. I've raised $20. I salute Tone J. Is a real one. You broke bum niggas, I don't know. But I'll let you ask questions. If you want to ask questions now, we got enough time, we got enough percentages left. You can ask all the questions you like. Greg S, Rick James, anybody else? If not, I'll shut it down. Greg S is saying reconnect with Christ. Can't reconnect. I was connected. That is true. That is a fact. I was connected at one point. But I cannot reconnect. I will never reconnect. It will never happen. Will you? All right, so here we go. I'll answer the question now. Will you be dressed up and thank Tone J for dropping down the money? I know you did, Rick James. Will you be dressed up in a costume for the special Halloween show tomorrow? No. The closest thing I ever come to that is being a Grim Reaper, or the Angel of Death, or something like that. There's a long black gown, kind of like long black flowing cape, and a head cover, a hood, and I just go like this, and the little kids get scared, so it's fun. I would dress up like Prince if I had purple heels, some tight pants, a fluff ruffled, looking like a 17th or 18th century noble in purple sequins or something. Shoot out and a perm, a wig that looked like a perm. Should I do it? No, not with the booty cut out though. I can't do the yellow pants with the booty cut out. Prince was a special type. He was another zesty, flashy, flamboyant guy. He was real zesty. He took after Little Richard to the fullest, I think. They had a kinship about them. Any more questions? Let's go. Come on, fire them off. Let's go. How is Papa Son? He's doing very well. He's taking a nap right now. We were just in Maryland yesterday for a baby shower. Beautiful event, wonderful people. It was a great time. Everybody had a good time, I think. Has there or will there ever be a celebrity death that will cause you to cry? It depends. I'm not going to say any names because I don't want them to, want to bring up somebody's name and they're alive. But most likely not. I mean, there are family members I didn't even shed a tear for. So, would you give Rick James a two piece of what? 2 piece of chicken? A 2 piece of pig feet? Put up the ducks, 2 piece. Be a little more specific, Greg. Then I'll get back to you. Ooh, favorite thing to order at McDonald's. Very good question. I'm gonna say a double quarter pounder with cheese, French fries, apple pie, a McFlurry with Oreo, and plenty of sweet and sour sauce. They have the best sweet and sour sauce I've ever tasted anywhere. Chinese restaurants, anywhere. Japanese, whatever. Doesn't matter. They have the best ever. I'm sleeping on the chocolate chip cookie. I am sleeping on it. I'm just giving you you asked for my favorites. I'm giving you my favorites. So what else is there? What else do you want to know? Come on, let's keep it popping. Y'all are the only two in here, so according to my viewership. Let's keep it rolling. What's your favorite thing to do at a baby shower? The games. The games were fun. They had like a little guess the baby's weight and name and height and everything like that, and when it's gonna be due, and guess how much like the baby formula costs, how much do diapers cost, how much all these different expenditures cost. It's just a lot of fun. I like little cute little things like that, and the mother to be is she's a gem. She is just a sweetheart. She's just a great human being. The same goes with her mother. Greg, you got. All right, Rick James says, "Do you think it's time to change the national anthem?" Um, it's the only one that I can think of that really declares and espouses war, or at least covers it or addresses it. I don't know how many other nations really talk about how their flag was saved after a complete bombardment, and how bombs bursting in air, and you know things of that nature. I don't know how many other countries are like that. I don't know how many countries are like that. Very few, I would say. I don't think it needs to be changed. No, I think I'm gonna get to you in a second, Greg S. I see you. I see you. But I would say change most of the others. Like this land is your land. I'm not gonna say a whole lot much because I got a copyright strike. But they talk about like geography and like America the beautiful. God bless America from the ocean to the mountain to the prairies, and oh beautiful, oh spacious skies for amber waves of grain. Like no ideas about the Declaration of Independence, no ideas about the Constitution. They can poetically said it somehow. I mean, the Declaration is very poetic in a sense. But that's just me. All right, Greg Ash says, "How many BM you have?" What's a BM? I'm being very facetious right now. I think I understand what you mean, but I'm being very facetious because are you saying bowel movement? Are you saying blowing money? Are you saying what's a BM? What a baby mama? Is that what you're saying? I'm being very facetious right now. Baby, hold on. Let me answer Greg ass first, Rick James. Baby mama, I have 0 baby mama, and I plan to have that. I want to get married to a young lady in her 20s, maybe like 24, 23 years old, something like that, when I'm like 86. Put a baby in her, and she could be my baby mama. I won't have much longer to live. All right, Rick James says, what your opinion on the conservative flag controversy? I didn't know there was a conservative flag. I think you meant conservative. I understand that. I'm just messing with you. Um the conservative flag controversy. I don't think I've heard that. I might have heard a few snippets of a news conference about the conservative flag, but I don't have an opinion on whether, to say whether it should be in existence or not. Next questions. And don't thank your lucky stars. Thank Jay Tone. Thank Jay Tone. He's definitely a top 50 member. If he was in this live chat, I would have given him a wrench. He just stopped through and he said, "Oh snap, he's on. Let me give him a little something, something." I appreciate that. I haven't finished the Grave of the Fireflies. It kind of turned me off. I was like, this is kind of real. Okay, this is really depressing. Like it was completely depressing. I don't know where I always say Marvelous. I don't want to say Marcel because I don't know if that's his name. But I'll say Marvelous. He usually drops by with $7.77. and the and then what is it? The Saturday Night Fever pointing to the sky emoji. It only gets worse. So I'm probably not gonna finish it. I get the gist. I understand. Oh wow, okay, this is a revelation. It's coming in. Me and Billy are no longer friends. He said something derogatory about my daughter. Huh. That just came out of nowhere. Wow. Sorry to hear that. Damn. What caused Rick James to be so broke? I don't know. The both of you, what caused you to be so broke? You have to ask yourself the question too. You're both broke, allegedly. I know you have money. You're just not spending it on me. I get it. I understand. I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Rick James says, if the movie was depressing, do you know how a little more sympatory for the victims of Hiroshima? Sympathy is the proper name. And the only sympathy I have for is the American POWs who were killed in the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There are 12 American POWs that were killed. And that's the only sympathy I have for. I don't have sympathy for civilians because it's not our fault. 1941, a date which will live in infamy. I'm not going to repeat Greg Gass's previous statement. But I will respond to his latest. You going to see the new movie with Leo DiCaprio? Yeah, on my seat, on my couch, my sofa. Wait till it comes on Apple TV. That's when I'll see it. I heard bad things about it. I heard good things about it from the press. The press loves it. The traditional press though, but the objective standard is saying it's not that, because the themes thematically, cinematically, it's probably gorgeous. Has great acting, I'm sure, wonderful writing, great production value, cinematography, editing. Holy moly, holy shit. Broke activities. What's a broke activity, Greg asks? Please explain to me what a broke activity is. And there's 3 people in here, but 2 people talking. That's interesting. For the longest time, I had J-Tone. I had J-Tone as Tone J. I had written it down, but I didn't see it's Tone J. Okay. Waiting until Apple TV is a broke activity. I'm paying for Apple TV. Nigga, are you thinking? Are you thinking? I'm paying for Apple TV. I just don't want to go to the theater. How's that a broke activity? Think, man. Use your brain. Okay. Rick James asked me, what is your opinion of the Jordan Peele movies? I have it in this exact order. Number 3, Nope. Number 2, Get Out. Number 1, Us. I think Us is his masterpiece. It's a great movie. It's almost flawless. It's almost flawless. It's a great movie. Great idea. Great sense of wonder, sense of suspicion, sense of why are there so many different tunnels and everything under the United States of America that are unused, according to the movie. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but according to the movie, it said so. Jordan Awell movies. What is your opinion on the Jordan Awell movies? I don't know Jordan Awell movies. I started watching Us yesterday and I had to turn it off. Why did you turn it off? What was wrong about it? Us is the truth. I love that movie. Lupita Nyong'o, she missed out. Well, they didn't miss out. I mean, she didn't miss out. The Academy missed out. She needed every award that was possible. Academy Award including Best Actress. She should have won Best Actress for her role. She was astounding. Rick James says it felt like I was watching a movie made by a high schooler. I didn't get that sense at all. It felt very mature, very rich, and sumptuous in some way. Greg S says Us was great. It ain't no Pee Wee's Big Adventure, that's for sure. Going back to Paul Rubin, you are definitely on Paul Rubin. You definitely are on him. Richard James, are you 12? No, Richard James is 67. What did you say your age was? Did you? I think you did say your age. I'm 75. That's right. You're 75. Whew. Good gravy. So your daughter's in her probably 30s or 40s now, right? Rick James. Now it's down to 2. My daughter's 34. Okay. Greg says Rick James has a thing for Twinkie small hats. So I'm going to try to break that down. Twinkie is like a younger boy, right? And a small hat is, of course, a Jewish person. I can say Jewish person because I'm not monetized. They can't demonetize what's not monetized. So I'll say a Jewish person, right? Am I right, Greg S? Or is a Twinkie also a female? I know it's like a very young female or male. It has a very thin frame. I think that's what it is. I think. Could be wrong. Greg S is asking if she's single. They de-demonetize. How do they de-demonetize? That's funny. What do I think about icy hot? Ice to make the pain go away. Ice to numb the pain and heat to make it go away. Isn't that how the slogan goes? I don't think I've ever used icy hot. I don't think I ever used it before. Greg S says, I need a wife, Rick. Hook me up, brother. So in parting, in conclusion, I'll be wrapping up soon. I wanted to say thank you to Tone J. That's the proper name. Tone J. And if there are no more questions for me, they look like they're questioning each other. Or is that a question for me? Is that a question for me, Greg S? Do you like Watership Down? Watership Down with the rabbits? Is that what you're talking about, Greg S? I've never read the book. I've only heard the reference on Donnie Darko. That's it. I never read the book though. I've never seen Song of the Mouth. Song of the South. Pause. Song of the Mouth. Song of the South. The movie or book? Yes. No, I've never seen the movie or the book. Only references to Donnie Darko. That's it. So with the amount of time that we have remaining, I still wanted to say, I had a wonderful weekend, beautiful weekend. I took off for 2 days from this broadcast, Saturday and Sunday, and I'm back. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. God willing, Lord willing, and I'll be able to spit my uncontrolled vitriol and hatred and venom for y'all. I brush my teeth every day. Can you tell? So it's very mass debaters. What do I think about mass debaters? Are you saying masturbators or masturbation? I'll say what Ayn Rand said what masturbation is. Sexual self-sufficiency. That's what masturbation is. Sexual self-sufficiency. Really, mass isn't really a number of debates. It's really just a great number of people debating. It's a mass debate. Do you think Ayn Rand would get a BBL in this day and age? What's a BBL? I'm not familiar with the lingo. What's a BBL? Are you just saying letters just to say words and phrases, Rick James? Do you mean elect? Are you trying to be funny? Are you trying to be coy and, cheeky, as they like to say? That thing you smack on in the strip club. Oh, he's forgetting a Brazilian butt lift. Oh, no. Just no. That's all I'm going to say is no. Next question. I would highly doubt that. Ayn Rand wasn't much for peer pressure. My favorite Halloween movie, is that like a scary movie or a movie about Halloween itself? Because if it's Halloween itself, it's Halloween. The score, the acting, the pacing, the cinematography again, all excellent. The very first Halloween. I don't know about the multiple sequels and everything that followed it, but Not for me. All right. I answer Greg's question and not Rick James' question because he's trying to be funny. He's trying to troll. Now he's trolling. Do you like Cardi B? I do like Cardi B. I like her whole style. I like her whole zeal and her boisterousness and puffed up chest and you know derriere and all that. Everything about her and her lyrics, her bar. She has bars. She actually has bars. Now you can question, oh well, she has writers. Well, she delivers very well. A lot of people question, well, hip hop is a different animal than singing. You don't really cover other people's rhymes. You don't really have somebody that's writing for you. You like her BBL. I didn't know she had a BBL. Let's say that's alleged. I have no idea whether her posterior has been enhanced by BBL. Let's not go there. No, I wouldn't have been one of her drug victims because I would have been smarter. I would have been smarter about that. I'm definitely smarter. I wouldn't let it affect me. Now, on the other hand, would you have been one of her drug victims, Greg S? I think so. But somehow she probably would have just said, "Oh, this bitch ass nigga, he ain't nothing," and would have kept moving, and probably not even have robbed you. She'd have felt sorry for you, dumbass. I have not read Where the Wild Things Are. I know the premise of it and I know the idea, but I never read the book or saw the. I've never seen the movie. Sorry about that. Excuse me. If we have some questions, let's go. Come on. Here's your time. I'm not before. If it's about the money. It's about the show. It's about getting this money. Now is your free time for you alleged broke ass niggas to say whatever you want to say. You're not saying anything. So, can you type? Yes. Why? Can you type? Favorite Little Debbie treat? Hold on. I have to look it up because I might say the wrong brand. My favorite Little Debbie treat is the honey buns. Oh, I don't know more per minute. I can't remember. It used to be like 104, 105 words a minute. Like Guam. Rick James, are you quoting what's the name? Cher? Do you believe in life after love? Greg says he's got a job for me. It better pay, and you better pay up front. and I'll do the job. And what do you mean you got a job for me typing? It's AI. Use AI. As simple as that. Medellin or Cartagena? I don't know what you mean. Explain further, Greg S. You're going on a weird way right now. I don't know where you're going. And there's 3% left. So get them in while you can. Yeah, so while they're typing, I know there's not been a lot of dead space. I've been wilding. Thoughts on Breaking Bad? He would say this with 3 percentage point left. My favorite show, number one greatest TV show of all time. It had everything. It had humor. It had heartbreak. It had unbelievable, misery and then suffering and levity and joy and complete focus and misdirection, and it just had everything. It was all about all those things, and I enjoyed it every week. It was a Sunday event. It was like after Sunday dinner, then it's like a little bit of time. You can read something or watch something else. But then it's Breaking Bad time, and you gotta be right in front of the TV set. I remember that. It's way before the streaming days. That's way before That's just basic cable days. That's it. And it would come on every Sunday, and it was just beautiful. It was just great, excellent cinematography. That's one of my favorite, sticking points is cinematography. Great show, excellent show. It really had an effect on me. Now the ending was wrong. The ending was wrong. Jesse shouldn't have gotten. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Jesse shouldn't have gotten away. He definitely should have either been killed or captured by the police, the DEA. I'm against the DEA, but I'm with the DEA. If you understand what I'm saying, I'd rather the DEA be in place than criminals going about. Just like prohibition. I would not support people that use alcohol, even though I would support people that use alcohol. It's a totally different thing. It's a contradiction on the face of it, but really it's not. It's a kind of a paradox in a sense, but not actually. I think Breaking Bad is my number one TV show of all time. All right, and same with Walter. Walter White shouldn't have been nicked or shot to the side or whatever, or the cancer shouldn't have killed him. Whatever the case, he should have been brought to justice. They were both murderers. They were both cold-blooded murderers, and so they didn't get what they deserved. I can say that, but it was still an excellent show. Will you ever be a guest on Tony Stark Terrain's show? Got the name all messed up. Good Lord, it's not even funny. You mean Troy Star Terrain show? I've been a guest on his show many times on the phone, all the time. Wish they had a few more POC. I don't know POC. I see. What is POC? Oh, personal. Yeah, I mean they had. Yeah, Greg asked. I know what you mean. Person, people of color. I understand. I can get that. Like that's why The Wire is my second favorite movie. Well, TV show. They got plenty of people of color. They got plenty of people of color. But Breaking Bad, very few. They had Gus. He was probably the most obvious. And they did have people of color. They had brown people mostly. They had mostly brown bad people. But the one good guy, the cop, um, Gomez, um, he was definitely a man of color. Wasn't black, but Same thing with Giancarlo Esposito. They probably thought he was, Hispanic, but he's actually Italian. He's Italian and black. They just probably look at his last name. Oh, that sounds very ethnic. But they were probably looking at the wrong ethnicity. But they looked at his, acting chops and were like, okay, this is the guy. But hey, it's been a long drive. I'm glad we had this time together. I answered some questions, got money from Tone J. Now will forever make sure I got his name right. And I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for watching. And I will see you tomorrow with a special edition about Halloween. Thank you very much. Take care.